Hey, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here, and we are live. Hopefully, you guys are hearing me and seeing me. I put out an invite to Goof on. Hopefully, we can get him on the show. It's kind of you know late for him. I don't know if he does shows he's late or whatever, but he sent him a text, so hopefully I'll get it. And I probably should have went to Third Face of the Moon too, because we had an awesome interview last night that no one knows about because I haven't been able to upload it. I have the video, but I can't seem to get it to go good over to YouTube. I have it downloaded and everything, so that kind of sucks. Because it was a really interesting, interesting interview. Hey, what up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so Paul, you would have enjoyed that interview very much. It was just it was actually the boys had their show yesterday. They maybe uploaded a video. It was late too. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And during their upload or premiere, they're like on the chat room, like, hey, hit us up after the show or whatever. And so right after the show, I picked up the phone to fucking call them, and when I picked up the phone to call them, they were already calling me, So I was like, "Cool, dude." And so we had a little interview with each other, and basically it was just a continuation debate from what we were talking about earlier with Lou Elizondo and shit like that, and basically they were just going out of their way to try to get me to fucking accept that the Tic Tac craft could be man-made, which they failed miserably, because I argued them at every point that it couldn't be. So it's an interesting video, and hopefully I can get it up there. Yeah, because one, I don't think that this shit should fucking carry on. However, I still see people carrying it on and still going off about it, and and I think it's important that we stand up for the truth, and we stand up for what's right, and someone who didn't do anything wrong doesn't deserve to be attacked. I was wanting to get Goof on here so we could talk about it. Third Phase just popped up on here saying you should share the interview that we had last night and see who really failed. It was a great conversation. Yes, it was. And I was just talking about that because I cannot figure out a way to get it loaded up. I have the video, I have the recording and everything, but I can't figure out a way to get it posted. But so I don't know what to do. Like, it's like I can't transfer it over to fucking YouTube. It's like a pain in the ass, So why don't you guys jump on and we can do it now, dude. I'll get the I put out I sent out a message to on text message on the phone or whatever too. To Goof on, to hop on if he's up and about or whatever. All right. What up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? There is there's the link right there in the comment section. If you guys want to jump on and see what's up. We could finish because we had an awesome conversation. No one got to hear it. It was just us. So it's still good though. It was I mean, basically we were talking like we were going out live, but can you transfer the file to a thumb drive or a hard drive and then upload it to YouTube? No, I can't. It doesn't let me download the file or transfer the file to anything. I already tried that. Oh, it's not late here at all. It's like 10 o'clock. I don't know what time it is for Rich though. Like Rich is like in fucking Florida or some shit, dude. you know. Um, Sorry, we don't have time at the moment. We're working on an episode that we're posting tonight. Please figure out a way to upload that video to YouTube. It was a great discussion. It was, I think maybe I can uh I might have to just like fucking, you know, screen record the whole fucking conversation and then upload that, you know. Hey, what up, Dink? I'm your son of a bitch. How you doing? You fucking Australian bastard. Uh so I seen uh some motherfuckers going off on Goofon again. And this is about something totally different. It was about some chick on Twitter, uh, and and now people are flagging him because of that, dude. He's gonna lose his fucking channel again because now you got a bunch of fucking people flagging him for fucking like sexual harassment. I mean, there were a bunch of motherfuckers going off on him, dude. Like it was fucking crazy. Third phase. Have you guys seen that shit? Like or Paul, Justin, any guys think of you guys come across that yet? I forget what this chick's name is. I don't even know who she is, man. But you could see that Rich seemed a little fucking put off that this chick had a YouTube channel, got canceled for whatever reason, got kicked off. I don't know why. And then got picked up by a radio show. And he seemed fucking pissed about this shit, dude, and he was basically bringing it down to because she was fucking, because she was good looking or something, that's why she got the show or something like that, which is clearly a sexist statement. It shouldn't have fucking been made. But I mean, for people, it's not like he was sitting there fucking sexually harassing her or whatever. I mean, obviously, he was kind of belittling her, saying how she was, like showing her tits or something like that. I don't fucking know, but it wasn't, I mean, I did listen to the clip where, what pissed this bitch off, and I could see why it made her mad and why it made everybody else mad. And, I think that, Rich probably should have known better than that, but at the same time, it wasn't that big a fucking deal. And it's just like, how thin a skin does motherfuckers have to have to be like, oh, like this bitch felt like she was like sexually harassed and shit, like I'm like, God damn, dude, you're the one with your fucking titties hanging out. Like, what the fucking, what do you expect him to fucking say? I don't know, dude. I mean, fucking look at him. What do you want? So fucking what? You don't like what he's saying? Turn the fucking channel. I don't get it, man. You're not talking about that Angel woman, are you? No, not her, no. So apparently that chick is supposed to be getting a hold of me because she'd seen Alien Addict's interview with me. And she was like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like fucking thinking, like, what? Do you fucking, because you ripped me off, bitch? Motherfucker? Why are you acting like you didn't see his show? If she didn't see his show, it's just insanely coincidental that she was fucking talking about doing the same exact shit that I was talking about doing a week earlier. Like, how is that fucking possible? Like, I don't understand it, dude. Like it was like Christina. That's it. Yeah, yeah, you got it. That's it. Christina, some whatever the fuck, I don't know what her name is. But um, you know, that's on them. I mean, I don't even know who the fucking bitch is. And it's like, yeah, she's cute, but she ain't like some fucking banging hottie or something like that. She's just like some fucking, you know, she's okay. Nothing special. But so I don't see why she's making a big deal out of it. Like it's like if she was something fucking like banging, okay, maybe make a big deal, but he wasn't even making that big deal about it. Yeah, I remember when you said that. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Justin. Richie is always talking about her. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe because he's always talking about her, and that's just because he did seem to like fucking have it out for her. Like he didn't seem to like this bitch, dude. I don't know anything about her. I have no idea. She could suck. She could be awesome. I don't have a clue. I just seen the fucking a mention of it in Twitter. That's all. That's about as far as I know. And then that one clip of him like talking shit. That's as far as my knowledge in that field. I don't know anything else, man. Uh, yeah, but Justin, you're right. I did say that shit. I said it a week before. How do you say that bitch's name? Angeal, is that right? Am I saying that right? Angeal. I said it a week before, and it's fucking crazy because I literally said the same fucking thing. I said there is a fucking alien base in a mountain in the Mojave Desert. Okay, and I want to take a group of people to go and document it before everybody else, before like the world fucking sees about this place, I want to fucking show them what's going on there. Like it's fucking crazy, and uh and it was really hard for me to even fucking say that because I'm like I didn't feel like if the the if the things that control that fucking base all right, if they wanted everybody to know, they would let everybody know, but they didn't. you know they let me know and maybe some other people, but as to fucking as to my understanding, what I experienced, nobody else knew except for me, and so I'm sure that they probably brought in other people up there for whatever fucking reason, you know yeah, he said go hike up there and find it. Exactly. I know. I don't need to find it. I know where it's at. I've been there several times. um so it's like I want to take a group of people up there, but I didn't even want to tell anybody that it existed, for fear that some other people would try to go up there before me and then fuck it all up if something happened to it. Joe was saying, hi, Kyle. It's a pleasure to see you live. Thanks for making my day better. You are fucking welcome, Joe. Absolutely. But I want to see, I want to take, no, I haven't heard the story of the M cave. That sounds cool, though. I want to take a group of people up there and, and show them, just like certain individuals that I think would like be accepted. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it seemed all my encounters from when they first started in 2010 all the way up until then, they all seemed to be leading up to that encounter, and so each one of them would be more spectacular than the one before, and it was just crazy. And I would just kept seeing UFOs just all the fucking time, and then I would have like a crazy UFO sighting where it'd get really close and shit like that, and just kept happening. And then and they just give you this this just a feeling that you're like, oh, I need to go there, I need to go to this place. And I don't know how you know where it is, but you just do. It's like it's kind of like it's like remembering something that you haven't done yet. I'm saying it's like that's the best way to describe it. Like you recognize it, even though you haven't seen it before. You're like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a memory, but it's not a memory because you've never been there. But you just kind of remember it. Like it's like you're remembering the future. If that makes any sense, And so I this is what happened, and it's just so crazy because it started for me in Indiana, and it ended it for me in fucking Laughlin, Nevada, fucking Arizona, Mojave Desert. And, and I'm talking, I moved everything. I moved my life out there, and the UFO sightings continued and were even more spectacular and close. And I was just like, just like they just followed me wherever the fuck I went. And then they, while I was out there, that I think they're just like, well, hey, since he's out here, why don't we show him the base? Let's bring him out here. And because they took me out to the middle of the fucking desert, dude. I didn't know where the fuck I have no fucking clue where I was, dude. I just knew. I was like, oh, we have to go here. Wait, not this road. Back up that road. Go down that road. That's where we go until the fucking base, dude. And it was fucking, man, it was crazy, dude. You could just see UFOs just coming and going into it and fucking coming out. And it looked like like a worm with fucking like bisectional fucking body, and it had a fucking like a blue bisectional back part, and then like a yellow head. It was so fucking crazy, man. I don't know what to fucking, you know. Um oh, I'm sorry, Gyro. I would give you a wrench, but I'm on fucking the StreamYard again. I'm sorry, buddy. I got to do it on. I got to be live on YouTube or whatever, or going through YouTube. Um, yeah. So, yeah, no, like it was fucking, it was crazy, man, and so it brought me up there, and then I started going back there and seeing it, and and I realized I'm like, this fucking place exists. This is really here. Like, what the fuck are they doing in there? Like, can I go inside? You know, um, but I chickened out. I didn't want to go inside. Yeah, it's fucking scary. All right. You guys, trust me, you guys are fucking badasses up until you see that shit for real. It's so fucking different, and it's so awkward, and it just doesn't fucking belong here. And it's so just unnatural, and it seems fucking dangerous. It really does. It's like I'm going to fucking, like, would I evaporate if I tried to go into that thing? Like, what would fucking happen to me, dude? Would it fucking like burn me or something, or fucking irradiate me? Who knows, man? you know yes, I am planning on going back, and I want to take some people there with me. I don't want to be the only one to burn. I'll drag a couple proofers with me to burn as well. You know what I'm saying? No, I haven't been back there lately. This is in fucking Arizona. So it's been a while since I've been there, dude. uh his name is, they need to get things prioritized. Oh yeah, they do. That's right. But yeah, so I that's what I wanted to do, and I hadn't told anybody about my experience, and everyone knew about all my other experiences except for that, because it was so crazy that I'm like, I just can't fucking, I don't want to tell anybody, because one, I don't want anyone to go and look for it without me. That's another thing. I didn't want to give it away until I was ready to fucking go. And then Alien Addict, have an interview with me, and he fucking poked and fucking prodded me for fucking hours, dude. And he did this for, I don't know, like fucking 3 or 4 interviews, dude. He would just fucking jab me with it, dude. And he just fucking kept doing it, because everybody knew that I had this experience that I hadn't told anybody about. Everybody knew that. Everybody wanted to know, what was the great mystery? Tell us, what was this fucking experience? But I wouldn't tell anybody. And he slowly would fucking poke me every fucking interview, and he kept fucking doing it, and he kept doing it, dude. And it got to the point where I was so fucking sore. I was like, ah, oh, god damn it, dude. And then he got me one last time with the fork, and I said, ah, fuck, I'll tell you. And he got it out of me, dude. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. It's like so fucking nuts. It fucked with me too. After that fucking interview, I didn't want to fucking do UFO proof. I didn't want to fucking go on anything. It fucked me up so bad. Because I felt terrible. like I felt like I was fucking betraying like their trust, that I fucking, that they gave me that information, showed me where it's at, and then I just went and exposed it to everybody. Like I'm like, was it not meant for everybody? Maybe it was only meant for me, I don't know. Uh, but I don't feel like it is because I don't feel like the UFO phenomenon is it's just for me. Like it's for fucking it's for all of us. It's for everybody. And so like we're all a part of it. And um I think whatever for whatever reason that I got to go, I felt fucking privileged. And I'm like I don't want to um betray that fucking trust and that privilege, and I wouldn't want them to take it away from me or something. So it it fucked with me. But he fucking Ollie, he just kept get it in there and he fucking jab it around and he fucking cooked me like a fucking hot dog. Fucking roasted my ass. He finally got it out of me. And I told everybody what was up. I'm like, okay, so this is it. And I said there's an alien base hidden in a mountain in the Mojave Desert. And I want to take a group of people up there to go see it before, you know, everybody knows about it or whatever. And then a fucking week later, this Angel chick's all over the news for whatever reason. I don't know where the bitch even came from, saying that there's an alien base in the Mojave Desert and she wants to take a group of people up there to fucking see it. I'm like, does she know about my base? Like, did she get invited to the base too? And then decided that she's just gonna fucking jump the gun, or like what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck is that? You know, is she another person like me who got fucking drawn out to the base? Like Close Encounters of the Third Kind style. Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know if she's talking about the same base. I have no idea. I just know that that's highly coincidental. At least the terminology she used, because it was literally fucking word for word what I fucking said. So she's CIA, so she's good at that, maybe. No, I'm not saying about CIA. I'm saying about being good at that, because I'm like, I don't really know how good she is. She can be CIA all she wants. Fucking mean shit to me. What's the odds of that? Yeah, right, Spencer. It is very fucking. What are the odds? Because I mean, I wouldn't have had that on him. That would have been a fucking real long shot. That would have been might as well have been playing the fucking lottery. you know. You're gonna watch the SIS launch around the moon this month. Definitely, dude. What up, Lavera? How you doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, and Kyle, you big blabbermouth. That's fucking right. I know. I should have shut the fuck up and not said any shit. This is fucking Ollie's fault. This is Alien Addict's fault. Okay? Because he just had to keep fucking prodding me and keep fucking poking me and to get it out of me, dude. And he fucking broke me down. And he got it the fuck out of me. That's the thing. I don't know if it's the same place. I'm just wondering, is it the same place? Perhaps this is why she wants to get up, because she told Ollie, because he was talking to her on Twitter, and then she was like, hey, who's this guy? I want to get a hold of him. And so he gave her my information or whatever. And he showed me the message, that saying that she wants to get a hold of me and shit like that. So I don't know if it's the same base. I just know, hey, what up, Tim? Hey, thanks for the fucking email, dude. I don't know if it's the same base. I'm just saying it's just really coincidental that we both know about an alien base in the Mojave Desert and that we both want to take people there to go see it. Why did that happen? Literally, like within a week of each other. I said it and then she said it. Why is that happening? Like, why did that happen? Like, what are the odds of that? And what if we are talking about the same base? What are the odds of that? I mean, how fucking crazy. If she's talking about my base, then that's it. There's no denying that we're correct. If she got drawn to the same fucking base that I did, and we don't know each other, and we both know where the base is, what are the odds of that? You know, what is that saying? That's saying that fucking there are certain people that the fucking, you know, the fucking UFO masters are fucking bringing people to come see, you know, and they're saying, hey, look, this is it. And, you know, for whatever reason, they're picking certain individuals and saying this is where it's at. And, you know, and fucking, if this is the same base, then it's like, how could she possibly know where my alien base is? How could she know that? And the only way she could know is if they brought her there. Because that's the only way I knew, you know? Well, I'm telling you, she's a military CIA. You are still wondering. I don't care if she's military or CIA. It makes no fucking difference, you know? So the only thing that makes a difference is if she knows where the base is at. You know, if she knows where the base is at, what the fuck, dude? How is that? Like, that's fucking amazing because I've never told anybody. So how could she know where mine is? They would have to fucking, they would have had to brought her there like they brought me there. That's it, you know? Did you ride the short bus? Yeah, I did. You got a problem with that? What the fuck? Okay. I couldn't afford the full bus. That's what I got, the short bus. And a helmet. You know what I'm saying though, right? Is it a joint base like alien and human and like soldiers and scientists, or you don't know yet? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's purely UFO controlled, whatever, you know, whatever controls the UFOs controls that base, you know. Um no worries, Cody, dude, she's fine. Don't worry, dude. You know, it's fucking, you know, she can say whatever, it's okay. Um, you know, I mean, like, you know, this Gigi girl sitting here acting like fucking, what are you, an insider too? Are you in the CIA or something? How do you know? Where'd you get your information from? The internet? Wow. Okay. Let me see your fucking, you know, your fucking Q clearance, all right? Exactly. It's like you fucking, you know, you can come here and fucking talk shit, but you ain't got nothing to back it up except your fucking words on the fucking, you know, on your fucking computer. Like, all right. You know, should fucking show me your badge for the CIA. That fucking, so that's how you know she works for the CIA. Like, you know, like, well, fucking, you know, just like another shit talker. That's all. Don't mean anything. You know, a lot of people make come in here and make fucking, they make all the claims they fucking want. They always know the agenda, don't they? You know. I'm not worth explaining anything to you. I don't want to waste your fucking time because I don't fucking, what do you got to say? You know, what is fucking, you know, what is it to fucking back you up? You know, besides you just sitting there making your fucking claim, you know? See, you know, come at me with some fucking evidence. Other than that, you know, you're just fucking, to me, you're just making up a fucking story. How do I know you're fucking legit about anything? I don't know. Shit, for all I know, you're a fucking fat dude jacking off right now. I don't have a fucking clue. UFO proof. This is what you were talking about a while ago, right? Yes, it is. Absolutely. You know, Kyle, get together with Angeli or whatever and show me your base and I'll show you mine. Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. You know, like fucking. I want to bring a group of people up to see the base. She does too, but it's like I don't know if I want to bring her. You know, but it's like I kind of do because I'm like, what if it's the same base? You know, but I'm like, uh, you know, basically I could just, you know, be like, you know, just give me a rough area on a map where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. So if all she would have to, in Mojave Desert is huge, all right? So it could be anywhere. Um, the base she's talking about. So if But if she points it out on a map to me, it just if it's just close to the general direction where because she might not want to land exactly on the base either. She might want to be just a little bit away from it just to see if I know or whatever. And if and if she's fucking close, then I'd say, all right, let's go. Obviously you know where it's at. I know where it's at too. We can go. You know. Um, why am I always streaming while you're at work, Raphael? I don't fucking know, dude. um, say my name while I hack off. What the fuck? Dinkum, what the fuck is that? My name's Kyle too, so I like you, man. Oh, all right, cool. Angeli? Angeli, am I saying that right? Is that how she pronounces it? Angeli? I'm good, Raphael. How you doing, buddy? Um, yeah, we were just talking about this shit with the alien base and Angeli. Now I kind of like her. That's how she pronounces that. I'm Angeli. Well, hello, Angeli. I'm on toast. That was so fucking whack. Uh, yeah. What up, Hard on Dead? How you doing? Doing good? Yeah, that's how she says it, honestly. Angeli. Okay. Well, or Anjibi or something, maybe. I like Angeli. That's just funny. I'll be on toast. Um, yeah, so that'd be the only way I would be willing to take someone like I don't fucking know completely anything about to the base is if she could point it out on a map, just near it. You just go near it because the fucking Mojave Desert is fucking huge. So if you can say okay, this is where, but the thing is, I've already admitted where it's at, so that might not work because if she watches the interview, I actually admit exactly where it's at. Um, now, admitting exactly where it's at and somebody being able to find it are two different things. All right. Because I know the name of the place where it's at as well. So, but that specific area is impossible. It's so fucking hard to find and to get up to. I mean, it's a pain in the fucking ass, dude. Um, and let me tell you something. You have to fucking go up the mountain. All right. You have to scale a fucking mountain, get up to the mountain, and you have to go at night because the fucking base shuts down into the daylight. Okay, like right after the sun comes up, the base shuts down. You know, and it fucking whoop, goes away, dude. You know, and it's fucking crazy because it seems like it's so weird because um okay, like if you were to see like a door open, all right, and then you would see someone shut it or whatever, there's at that time where you see like that it's closing, like the base is like going away. It's not like that. It's instantaneously the fucking thing's there and it's not. It's like a fucking less than a millisecond. It's just there and then it's just not. It just goes away. Like it's just like the light turned out and then nothing's there. You know, you can't. The entrance is fucking closed or whatever. Or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but I think it's an alien base inside the mountain. I could be wrong. Maybe it's some kind of quantum tunnel that UFOs can travel through or something because they come in and out of it. You know, I don't know. Um, Random, but I just want to say that my favorite YouTube video of yours is the one called Quantum UFOs, a New Theory in Ufology. That shit blew me away. Thank you, Cody. That's so funny. I just mentioned a quantum tunnel and you mentioned that. That's fucking, that's funny. Yeah, that is actually one of my favorite videos, dude. I put a lot of work into that one, but it's funny because I just seen a video about this guy who got like a $20 million fucking grant or a $10 million grant or something like that to fucking to devise fucking a computer algorithm or some shit like that, and it's fucked up because the same fucking thing that I talk about in that video, all right, is also a fucking theory that I had years before that I'd been discussing, and then I kind of put it all into the fucking video. But it's also a fucking script to a fucking movie that I've been writing. And that's like the major plot point and shit. And it's fucking sucks that this seems like this motherfucker just went and jacked my shit. And so, like, he's fucking being known for this fucking shit, like, um, about how UFOs demonstrate quantum properties and quantum abilities. All right. They do. I know this. I put a video out on it explaining this years ago, like fucking 3 years ago or something. I put a video out, and now this guy just fucking came out with this shit. I'm like, and he literally every fucking thing I said in that fucking video, he's saying the exact same fucking thing, and it's and I'm intuitive, I guess, and so I'll put pieces together real easy, and so I'm able to kind of like make predictions, on something that's going to happen or what makes the most sense, is if somebody's trying to bullshit me, or if what's gonna be the outcome of this situation here, and then I'm able, I do like just thought experiments in my head to problem solve, and to work it out. And and it turns out a lot of times I'm fucking correct, and it happens, and it's just been happening, ever since I started UFO Proof. It's something you could see happen time and time again, where I would say, "Oh, this is what this is," and everyone would disagree with me, and then I had all the evidence to prove that I was fucking right, and I would do it before anybody else. And then fucking years later, somebody else would come along and say the same thing that I said, and then everyone's like, "Yay!" And I'm like, "Hey, what about me, you fucks?" I said that shit first, and it seems to happen all the fucking time, man. you know, um, but yeah. So I mean, just it's fucking with just all kinds of shit, man. Um, and uh, like the quantum UFOs. Okay, UFOs demonstrate quantum properties. They can appear and disappear at fucking random, and and basically like teleport wherever they want, just like you see demonstrated in quantum mechanics. You can see, they act like electrons inside the quantum universe. All right. Well, they'll appear here, they can be at the same place. They can be at two different places at the same time, not two different craft. The same craft can be over here and over here. All right. So you can have the same electron over here and over here at the same time in the quantum universe. They perhaps that's why when we see you'll see multiple UFOs, you'll see a bunch of lights or whatever in the sky, but it might just be one. But because of the quantum effects, you see a bunch of them in a bunch of different places, just like in the quantum universe when you see that happen to electrons. And that how it's kind of like the double slit experiment where all the photons are landing on a detector, passing through two slits, causing an interference pattern. When the photons pass through each slit, they fucking bounce off each other and create an interference pattern on a detector board and behind the slits. All right, so you see the interference pattern happen, and that just gonna always happen. You always see the interference pattern happen until you try to measure it. As soon as you try to discover which photon went through the fucking what slit, the wave function collapses And now there's no longer an interference pattern. There's simply the two bands from the fucking photons going through. And it changes in real time in front of us because we measure it, because we're looking at it. It's like the universe knows it's being watched. And as soon as it fucking does that, it fucking changes, dude. And it breaks the wave function, collapses, and it's brought back into our fucking reality as just the two bands, you know. But as soon as we stop measuring it, it's an interference pattern. It's fucking amazing, you know. It's absolutely amazing. Um, you know, and it's like, and it could be like that. Like UFOs seem to demonstrate the same fucking the same abilities and same properties, you know. Right, the experiment kind of reinforces the whole "we create our reality" concept. Sean Carroll says that woohoo, but I believe it, bro. No, absolutely, you know, 100%, man. You know, that it's more like the world is a simulation, you know, created by you know, and you know, it's just like it's fucking nuts, man. But you know, I showed just all the similarities between UFOs and quantum effects, and not only that, but then also the fact that when you take the 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 same code that they use to write um um you know, computer programming software, like fucking like for Chrome and shit like that. That same exact fucking code is the same code like they find in the fucking the structure um uh, of advanced string theory or superstring theory, and uh, so it's like embedded into it. Like it's fucking it's crazy, dude. And and when you take those that code and you put it in a computer and have it generate a pictorial graph of the code, the fucking the code, the pictorial graph comes out in these designs that look identical to UFOs. It's fucking crazy. You know, it's like the fucking UFOs are designed using fucking like quantum properties. Like the whole shape is because like that's what the fucking the quantum universe fucking is designed around. And so they can be they're a bunch of different shapes. They're all a bunch of different ones, but they all look like UFOs. It's fucking insane, dude. The watch the video. Okay, if you guys haven't seen it, go see it. And fucking quantum UFOs, a new theory, and you follow it. Check it out, dude. It's fucking awesome. What up, Steve? Steve Owen is saying mankind only knows 1% of knowledge about the universe. I would be surprised if it was 1%. Maybe a half a percent. I'd be hard pressed to think it was a 1%. Apache 2, what are you talking about, Dinkum? Yeah, when I heard about the double slit experiment a couple of years ago, that thing just made my jaw drop. That's when I knew things were really a lot more weird than we think. Exactly, because you have, you can see it in real fucking time and demonstrate that the fucking universe changes due to it being observed. So it must mean, it can only mean one thing, that the observer is making the difference. All right. So because when it's not being observed, it's the interference pattern. As soon as it's being observed, it's the bands. It's like, what else could that mean? It means that it's being changed by being observed. It's not affecting it. It's not in the way of the beams or anything like that. It's simply just being observed. It's fucking telling you which one it's coming out of, and so the universe knows it's being watched. It's like, how the fuck does it know that? How does the universe know that? Because the detector was showing an interference pattern. As soon as we set up the thing to watch it, it changed. It changed into the bands. Why is that? And as soon as you take the fucking the thing away to stop watching it, it goes back to being an interference pattern. It's like, how is this fucking possible? How can it be the two things at the same fucking time? It doesn't make fucking sense, man. Uh, in classically, it doesn't make sense, you know. But you know, quantitatively, it does. um, that's you know, it's kind of a mind fuck, you know. It's like also like you know, the double slit experiment is cool. What's even cooler is um the double slit quantum eraser effect is even fucking cooler because they're doing the experiment using quantum entanglement, um, which is really another crazy fucking effect, you know, where um, you split a photon into two, you know, by passing the photon through a prism. It splits into two, and now these two photons are forever connected. So if you measure the spin of one photon, you say this photon is spinning up, then we know instantaneously, for a fact, that the other one is spinning down. We always know this. These will always be connected. It doesn't matter how far they are from each other. They could be on the other side of the galaxy. And if we know this one is up, we know the other one is down. So that information is being passed between the two instantaneously, faster than the speed of light. It's as fast as the speed of thought, instantaneously, you know? So information, we're talking fucking, you know, you could have a phone call, you could do whatever that is faster than the speed of light. You could fucking communicate on the other side of the galaxy instantaneously using quantum entanglement. It's fascinating. And so they do an experiment where they they shoot the photon through the prism, splitting it, causing quantum entanglement. And then they're bouncing the fucking photons, the split ones, off of fucking mirrors, all right? And then they let one land first. Boom, it's detected, all right? And it's measured while the other one is still bouncing around, okay? And then it fucking lands, you know? And they go and they go and they look at the one before it fucking lands, right? And they see that, oh, this one is spinning up, you know? And then the detector before, when it caught it, it said it was spinning down, you know? So they go and they check the other detector and it changes itself. It goes back in time and changes its spin to match your observation. So whatever you fucking observed, it now changes. It doesn't matter that it's already been detected as going up. Because if you go and you make your observation and it says that it's fucking going down, well, then it'll change. It'll go backwards in time. It'll go backwards in time and change what it fucking said it was. It goes, oh, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say this. And it just goes and does that real quick. Like, you don't get to fucking do that. You already said it was this. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I said it was this. And it'll fucking change itself, dude. Like, it's fucking incredible, dude. Um, Yeah, what you were talking about blew Einstein's mind. Einstein hated it. Einstein hated quantum mechanics, right? And he called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance. He hated it. And him and Niels Bohr, a great physicist for quantum mechanics, they used to always go at it. And there's a real famous duel between these two. And Einstein would always say, God doesn't roll dice. Okay, you know, God has there's a master plan. Everything functions for a reason, like it does, or it would be all chaos and nothing would even exist. God doesn't just roll dice. Niels Bohr would always answer saying, stop telling God what to do. So I'm like, what a fucking perfect comeback. You know, you stop telling God what to do. Okay, he'll do whatever the fuck he wants. um well, you know how Kyle jumps to different subs. I need to smoke a little. That's fucking right, dude. Quantum mechanics is puzzling. Yes, it is. It's very puzzling, dude. You know, we still don't understand it. It's all, you know, it's all observing it, you know, and it's all and it's all fucking because of, you know, um, so like we don't ever observe any of this stuff directly. It's all stuff that we fucking can say is happening because of something else. It causes this, which causes that, which causes this. This we can we're able to determine, and so we have to backtrack it all the way to the point where we say, okay, so that's spinning up. It's an electron spinning up. Not that we have actually seeing a little electron like spinning upwards or something like that. We have to fucking use a bunch of different detectors and shit like that to get us to a point where we can say, oh, this is what that is. Not that we actually view the quantum world. Hey, what up, Fonko? How you doing, buddy? Um, yeah, so quantum mechanics is crazy, just as crazy as fucking UFOs and their abilities. Uh, that's one of the things that Third Phase of Moon and I were discussing and debating about was that, oh, how could the tic tac, isn't it possible that we could have reverse engineered and or whatever and made that shit ourselves? No, it's not possible. The stuff that the tic tac could do was so far beyond what we could do. It's not just beyond our fucking ability to make it and mechanically engineer it. It's beyond our mathematics. We can't even describe it, mathematically. It's beyond our physics. The UFO, the Tic Tac, the UFO, its abilities are on par with the singularity in a black hole. All right, that you've got to go once you go past the event horizon. Our physics break down as we go closer to the singularity. Our physics slowly break down to the point where they're fucking chaos. They don't make sense and they don't work. That's what happens as soon as you pass the event horizon and you work your way closer and closer trying to describe the singularity. The same thing with fucking UFOs, with the Tic Tac. Its abilities are so far beyond us that their abilities are beyond the event horizon. Our physics can't describe it. We can't even theoretically, make a prediction on it. We can't use any kind of mathematics or anything like that to fucking make a prediction to say that what the Tic Tac is doing is true. All right. It's violating fucking like the laws of thermodynamics. It's violating fucking known laws in physics. So these so-called laws must not be laws. Even though like fucking we are certain like we've been proven it time and time again that this is how it works. This is how it works. And the fucking UFOs are showing us, no, it doesn't. That this can be broken, that can be broken. All these things can be fucking changed and manipulated at will by the UFO, by the UAP. It's just beyond us, Wow, that's a mouthful. Yes, it is. Joseph, was that Joseph Selby? Emmett Goswami, what a fucking fucked up name. Who are they? Yeah, true science is willing to change laws. Yeah, right. That's the thing. You have to be, because obviously something's going on that are, our mathematics are, not on par with what the craft can do. They're simply beyond it. The craft's abilities are beyond the event horizon, and our physics are not able to describe it, because our physics tell us that if we go Mach 3 and make a right hand turn, that we become jelly, because the inertia would just fucking splatter us. That's what our physics tells us. All right, but that's not what happens. Not only would we become jelly, our craft, our whatever machine we're in trying to do that, would become jelly. Would be fucking flatter than a fucking piece of paper. Instantaneously. That's what our physics tells us. That's where it gets to, but that's not what's happening. The craft is doing that, and we see it happening. So what's the difference here? Is it that they work with a different form of physics? Their physics are so fucking different from ours. I mean, imagine if you develop all your physics, like your mathematics, like all your scientists, all your theoretical physicists and stuff, say all of their fucking study of the universe is done in the vacuum. How different would our laws be? Would they be completely different then? You know, so because you like let's take Isaac Newton, all right? So he says one of our laws, action and reaction, shit like that. Whatever goes up must come down. All right. Now, so if you take a rock and you throw the rock up, it must come down. But if we're in the vacuum, now if we're in space and we take the rock and we throw it, it doesn't come down. It goes on forever. So so if you're like learning a physics like in the vacuum, perhaps they are so different and you just understand them at a different level that now you everything that you're creating through it is different, and so you you maybe access a different kind of um perhaps that's what they need to do. you know um Hey, what up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Um, we don't disagree with you or what you're saying about the craft crushing upon itself at these kind of levels of speed, but didn't Bob Lazar work on something that defied physics? Maybe they cracked the code. Um, yeah, but he did. He did work on something that defied the physics, exactly, which is Alien, which is also beyond the event horizon. It's also fucking beyond what he's working on is beyond it. And it's fucking simple as that, you know. And if they cracked the code, they wouldn't be testing their fucking stuff, you know, as our armada is going to war in Iraq, the Nimitz, aircraft carrier and all that shit that detected the tic tac and all that shit, they were on their way to war. So let's bring out our secret fucking technology like right there and fucking and demonstrate it, and then have video of it and give it to the public and tell people to start looking into it. That doesn't make sense for secret technology that we don't have, that hasn't been exposed to the world. It doesn't make sense to fucking go and do that. It makes sense just to not say anything. That makes more sense. So just trying to say, well, let's put it out there and then make everyone think it's a UFO is you're reaching for something. I don't know what. I don't know how you got into that point to reach for that, because that doesn't make sense. Who would do that? Nobody would do that. It simply doesn't make the slightest bit of even common sense. Just nothing at all. Who would do that? They would just, like, why would they go through all that? It doesn't make any sense. It's just like, it's just outrageous. Because there's a ton of secret stuff in technology that they're working on in the desert that they keep there, and they work on it and test it there. That's what they do. They don't just go around and throw it around to the world and then take video of it and give the video to everybody and say, yes, these are UFOs. And, it just seems so outlandish to even speculate on that, dude. Spencer is saying, yeah, but did you see the video of the extra morphic? What the fuck is that? Kill machine? What the fuck is that? It's amazing, and they created it 30 years ago. It does move like what a UFO do they have today. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You might. I think you might be talking about. You should look at my fucking quantum UFO videos. I think that's what you're talking about. Thank you, UK lady. I appreciate it. Love in the blue, right? If you had the baddest car or truck, wouldn't you want to test it on the Thunder Road? No. Why would you test it on the Thunder Road? No, it's not where you would fucking test it. All right, you would test it in a fucking test track. Where your enemies cannot see it. That's what you would do. You seen it yet? Seen what yet? I have no idea what it is. I want a Cybertruck too. Test it on the Autobahn. Yeah, if you're trying to fucking hide something, keep it secret from everybody, you don't go and test it on the Autobahn. You do it in a fucking secret place. And that's obviously what they're doing because it's not like we can go and, you know, pay for a fucking a ride into Tic Tac. It's obviously still a secret if that was the case. Why hasn't it been brought out at all? Why is that the one time that they tested it? And, like you telling me they just tested this fucking advanced technology one time in 2004? That's it. Like, come on, why haven't they brought it out then? I mean, like they fucking had the technology. How come it's not been implemented into anything? It doesn't make sense. But if it's not their technology, if it's somebody else's that we have no control over, that makes a lot more sense that it's somebody else's. Guess you don't know anything about cars or trucks. We're not talking about cars and trucks. We're talking about UFOs, UAPs, and where our technology stands. All right, and this is where our technology stands. This is where our mathematics stands. This is what we say can happen. These craft can do stuff that we cannot even describe mathematically. Okay, it just doesn't make sense that it's us when we can't even do the math. If we can't do the math, how can we mechanically engineer the fucking how can we fabricate a machine to do it if we can't even do the math to describe it? We how can we even begin to fucking how can we even begin to start creating schematics on something? We don't understand how the math works to even make this thing fucking work. How are you going to build a machine that does it? You can't. It's like you can't. You couldn't even get to the mechanical engineering aspect. You couldn't even get to it. You have to understand. You have to have the theoretical physics have to be understood first before you can't just go and build the large hadron collider. The theoretical physicists that have to exist first. They do it. They come up with the physics of it. Then the mechanical engineers come in and they take that math and they use it to create the hadron collider. All right. So they can fabricate this gigantic machine that smashes fucking particles together at the speed of light. All right. But they need the theoretical physicists first. They have to understand the math first. That's just how shit works. That's how everything works. If we don't understand it, we can't fucking build it. If we don't know what it is, if we don't understand what's going on with it, how can we make a machine that's going to sit there and reproduce it and shit like that? I mean, there are times where shit happens where we see the effects of it, but that's not us building shit on it. That's just in nature. Where we see the effects, but we don't understand what's going on. There's times where we fucking create stuff that does things that are different from what we predicted would happen. And then we try to understand, well, why is that fucking happening? But even in those times, we're still able to use our physics to fucking go back and do it. Rigo 62982 is saying they discovered that math in ancient ruins or pyramids, they are using lost technology from extinct civilizations that they are keeping for themselves. I don't really see that. I don't think their math was as advanced as ours. The Egyptians had an interesting way of doing math. I thought it was a pretty cool concept. And someone had a really good way of doing it, where they're the math was done by like how you would when you would add stuff together, just the way the numbers and shit were written. You could like place the numbers over another number and it would fucking make the shape of the new number. Like it was fucking weird, dude. It was funny. It was announced yesterday that they are refurbishing Petra in Syria. I'm happy to see that. Oh, really, dude? Yeah, because they've only excavated like 5% or something ridiculous, dude, of the actual city that's there. Like Petra in Jordan is so fucking is so just covered up with shit, dude. Like only 5% of it is, what I'm talking about, like the at the end scene in Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade or whatever, the big temple or whatever in Petra, um, like that shit and all those other buildings and stuff, all that stuff that exists, that's only 5% of Petra. There's fucking 95% of it is still fucking like buried away, dude. So yeah, I would love to see them start, digging that shit out and fucking excavating it and, doing more research and, you know. But I swear to God, those guys, they're always the fucking same, dude. And when it comes to fucking, like archaeologists, I swear to God, those fuckheads, man. They have the same fucking answer for everything. Everything is fucking a tomb, temple, manpower. That's it. That's fucking every fucking, I just answered every fucking question that you'll get asked. I can explain everything that happened in ancient Egypt and ancient anywhere. Okay. It was fucking, it was temples, fucking manpower. That's it. Like fucking, they don't have an answer for fucking anything, Oh, everything was a fucking tomb, or everything was a temple, and everything was manpower. That's it. That's their fucking answers for every single fucking thing. What is that building? It's a tomb or a temple. They did it with manpower. That's it. That's their. I'm telling you guys. Listen, okay. Just take what I said right there, all right, and fucking go get your fucking degree in Egyptology, because that's your answer for everything, dude. That's fucking it. Every single building, every structure is either a tomb, a temple, done with manpower. That's it. There you go. Boom. Fucking Egyptologist. Okay. Congratulations. It's true. That's literally how they fucking do it, man. It's fucked up, man. Because I'm like, look at the stuff that, like, we'll take Petra. What do they say that no, all the buildings are Petras? Oh, they're all tombs. Okay, so let's say that. All right. Now they don't have doors or anything like that. The tombs are just fucking open. They're cut into the fucking rock. All right. And they say they're tombs because there are little indentions where they believe bodies would have gone. Not that they found bodies in there. Okay. And well, why didn't you find bodies in there? Well, they're fucking open. So a fucking coyote maybe came and dug it out or whatever the fuck. Okay. Oh, okay. So, when you're fucking, when your lover dies, you're brokenhearted and you're like, oh, man, I'm gonna go through all this fucking giant fucking hole in this fucking rock and make a fucking monument for all time for her. I'm gonna go place her inside, and I'm just gonna hope that she don't become coyote poop. I'm going to go through all this fucking work, even though I can't stop a goddamn coyote from coming in there in defiling her corpse. But I'm still gonna go through all this fucking work, like. Oh, those indentions couldn't be for light candles or something. I mean, it could be just a shelf to hold something. Who knows? Like, it has to be like, oh, everything's a tomb. Every fucking thing is a tomb. It's a tomb or it's a temple. Everyone went and fucking prayed there. That's it. That's all they fucking did back then. They died and they prayed, and they did it all with manpower. I think the pyramids were there way before people of Egypt discovered it. They just moved in and made use of it. I agree. But also, I think, and I put out a couple of videos on this, and I showed so much evidence for it. And I think one day I'll be proven true. I'll be proven correct one day. That the Great Pyramids were in fact built on pre-existing mounds that are already in the shape of a pyramid. In fact, you can see this in a place called the Black Desert that exists in Egypt. In the Black Desert, there are mountain after mountain after mountain. All of them look exactly like pyramids. They're all just these four-sided fucking mountains. And what's interesting is they're all covered in this fucking black basalt. Big fucking blocks of it. They're all like just covered in it. It's like this mountain of fucking basalt, They're all like in the shape of a fucking pyramid. And they're all natural. And what's cool is that at the pyramids, at the Great Pyramids, of Khafre and Khufu and shit like that, and Menkaure or whatever, they're around the pyramid base. The fucking, like, the platform around the pyramid itself it's all made out of that black basalt that's from like those big fucking pyramidal shaped mountains. So what I'm saying is like you take one of these mountains, you remove all the black basalt, then you repurpose it to build your fucking out perimeter around the fucking pyramid, and then you start you start encasing that mound that's already there. All right, you start encasing it, but because that mound is already there, now you're able to go and carve out your grand gallery, or you're able to carve out where you're gonna have the king's chamber, queen's chamber, whatever the fuck. You're able to fucking go and do all this shit, and um and not have to worry about fucking building it fucking perfectly and having it 3D printed up, and saying, okay, you can't put a block here, can't put a block here, and you just put them all around like that and fucking make the room like, which would be fucking so fucking difficult when you just go and you carve it out that way, and then you fucking line it with the fucking granite, not the fucking limestone, but the granite. You go and you line it like that, you make the rooms, and it's already inside a pre-cut fucking a mountain already, and then you fucking encase the mountain in fucking stones. Then that explains why you could have where did all the fucking stones come from that are on the pyramid? They know where their quarry is, but the quarry is not big enough to have enough stones to make the Great Pyramid. And this is a mystery to them. They have no answer for it to this day. They just say they don't know. They simply don't know. They must have got them from somewhere else that we don't know. That's all they say. So you're telling me they're just dragging fucking giant bricks from fucking how many miles away? It's already a pain in the ass to just do it a mile, let alone fucking 50, 60 miles. That doesn't make any sense. It's retarded, But what does make sense is if the quarry does have enough, if there's already a pre-existing mound that they're simply encasing with it. In fact, when you go into the fucking pyramid, all right, and there's a place that's carved into it that Al-Mamun, a Muslim leader, broke into the pyramid in the year, I think it was like 899, like the year 800, something like that. His army broke into the Great Pyramid, all right, and he spent like a year or 2 years breaking into it. And he got into a path or whatever, and found fucking the Grand Gallery and the King's Chamber and all this shit. And when you go, and that's how you get into the pyramid today. They use that same fucking tunnel that he made or whatever. When you go in there and you realize you don't see the blocks of fucking limestone all stacked around you like it should be if it was all just pure limestone. In fact, when you go through it, it looks exactly like a mountain. Like you're just tunneled through a mountain. There's just all kinds of different rock and shit, different shapes. There are no fucking square fucking, it's just like natural earth, And this is like fucking, I don't know how many feet up above the ground. So it must mean that there's just natural fucking rock there, like a fucking pre-existing mountain that was already there that they just covered and worked their way up. And it explains so much more. It explains how you could do a pyramid in 20 years, because you don't have to, or it's not really made up of 2.3 million stones, It's only made up of maybe 750,000 or something, because most of it is already fucking there. And then that would also make sense because the Egyptians placed their fucking leaders and stuff into the earth, into their tombs, in the earth, in fucking mountains, just like, besides the fact that all pharaohs that we've ever discovered, all of them have come from the Valley of the Kings. And yet, for some reason, these fucking three assholes decided, well, we're going to do it in these fucking pyramids. Okay. But for whatever reason, but all the other guys are all into the fucking earth. They wanted to be into the earth. That was the whole point, And so to have a mountain that's already there and then fucking carve your tomb inside of it and then encase it in stones to make a giant pyramid still makes sense. You're still part of the earth then. You're still part of the living earth. There are so many theories on how the pyramids were built. No one can prove anything. That's true, But I think my theory holds a lot more water most other ones. You know, seems to make sense. Hey, what up, Tony? Tony's saying your pyramid theory built onto an existing mountain is excellent. Thank you, Tony. Yes, it is. You know, and there's so many other things. I mean, you can look at um, uh, the temple of Abu Rash. Okay, at Abu Rash, it's a pyramid already exposed to the fucking air. It's like opened up, you know, and you can see that the fucking inside the pyramid that's fucking opened up, that the fucking walls are natural fucking earth. They are not stone after stone stacked on top of each other. It's like that's evidence right there that it's a fucking pre-existing mountain that's fucking being encased in fucking stone. And when you see the Black Desert and you see all these other mountains that are all pyramidal shaped, you know, I could see why they would want to, you know, make their own man-made pyramid kind of to, you know, represent these represent the, you know, first land coming through the primordial chaos or whatever, you know. Um, like that's where that's what the Egyptians believed, that, you know, the pyramid was something that's, you know, came through the water and came through like the water, and like when the primordial chaos was just nothing but water and before earth, and then fucking first piece of land came up, and that piece of land is a pyramid, you know, or that's what the pyramid represents. So it makes sense that you would want the pyramid to be something that was actually earth, you know, part of a chunk of earth, you know. And then you surround it in your casing stones or whatever, and you know, I'm just telling you, it makes fucking sense, you know. But there was to be a technology that was lost and forgotten. Well, there has to be. I mean, just how they, you know, carved out the granite, like that rose granite is. I mean, it's fucking impossible. They said they did it with the copper tools, and it's just not going to happen. You know, I believe granite is like, you know, like a 7 on the Mohs scale for hardness, and I think copper is like a 2. And so, you know, like it's just, I'm just not gonna fucking work, you know. But that's what, you know, that's what they say. Um, it solves some of the logistical issues. Yes, it does, exactly. You know, there's a lot of issues that it solves. You know, with logistics, with fucking with timing, with you know, the labor force, you know, and you know, just everything about it. The where do they quarry the stones? How come the quarry doesn't have enough room for the fucking stones? You know, there's just so many things there that it fucking helps answers. You know. Yeah, a UK lady saying I had granite floors and the slabs are heavy as fuck. I used to install tile on granite, shit like that, and believe me, they are just a fucking little tile, just a 12 by 12 piece of granite. It's fucking heavy as fuck, dude. You know, you ever install a fucking granite, you know, countertop? You know how heavy that is? Just a piece like this thick of fucking, you know, maybe 3 foot by fucking 5 feet or something. You know how heavy you have? It's looks like a 3-man job to install a piece of granite, just a flat little piece like that, dude. These guys were using, you know, megalithic sized pieces of granite, you know. Diamond maybe. Um, uh, you know, I mean, they were claiming that they were using dolerite pounders to like cut out the obelisks, which are made from a single piece of rose granite. Uh, which there again, just, I mean, I couldn't even imagine that fucking job, dude. You know, just fucking a big piece of dolerite, which is harder than granite, and they're just fucking just, you know, smashing this all fucking day, trying to just turn it to fucking dust. You know, just all fucking day, like, you know, there's something else there. You know, I think a lot of it had to do with like you know, thermal shocking and shit like that. You know, getting it all super hot, then fucking getting it really cold. You know, and fucking cracking it like that, and then also uh, you know, when you're splitting fucking rocks and shit like that. I think that they got really good at making designs and shit like the rock splitters were really good at it, and so they could split stone into fucking almost like perfect shapes. They could split stone into fucking hemispheres. They were really good at it. They really practiced and knew what the fuck they were doing. And so stuff that we were like, oh, this would have to be fucking impossible. I'm not so sure that I don't think the technology didn't. I just think that we're just um, looking in the wrong place. you know, Not that it's so like you need some kind of high tech, um, you know, stone saw. You need some fucking power drills and shit because you don't. You could do it with low tech stuff. You just have to look outside of mainstream and shit like that. One of my favorite things is uh the uh the pump drill. Uh you use it to do fires. They meant to make fires. They would, instead of taking a bow and making a bow go back and forth to make a spindle to spin fire, you could do a little fucking pump. You can twist that fucking rope around the top of it and push it up and down. It makes it spin real fast to help start a fire. Now you could take that same concept and switch it to a fucking to make it upgraded to where you could be drilling fucking holes into concrete, or not concrete, but into granite and other stuff. Um, using just sand, and silica quartz and shit like that. Um, just a bunch of shit. It's like doesn't have to be impossible. And obviously they had the tube drills and shit like that, but uh, when it came to making like the statues of like Ramses and shit, me got me there. I don't have a fucking clue, dude. Yeah, science, bitch. Right? Exactly. No, the answer is to every question is buried in the Vatican archives. Fuck, no, it's not, dude. Fuck, you wish. You wish that they had the fucking answers in there, dude. You know, they think all their answers. They think every answer is in the Bible, not in their archives. They think all the answers are in the Bible, dude. You know, so yeah, it has archives of shit. But I'm like, I bet it's nothing special, dude. It's just old documents on fucking crap. And they're like, oh man, we got to keep this kind of fucking hidden because we had a bunch of crazy people supporting us for a long time. They're probably like thinking, why the fuck did Constantine put Ezekiel in the fucking Bible? Like, what the fuck? Did he not realize that this man was a psychotic fucking killer? Like really? you know? Um, what do you think of Graham Hancock and Randall Carson? I love them, of course, dude. Those guys are fucking rock, dude. Remember they found the meteorite dagger from King Tut? Yes, I do, and that's so interesting because that's so it's so difficult to um, manufacture fucking metal blades and shit out of meteorite uh, because there's so much nickel content in there. It's like you think, oh, it's just a big piece of iron. It's not. It's fucking iron and nickel and fucking zinc and a bunch of other shit. So the metal is real fucking brittle. It's very hard to fucking work with. So I mean, you would have had very skilled fucking craftsmen to make something like that. It would have been very very difficult, very time consuming. You know, what's really cool is that uh like so in surgery, uh if the surgeons are performing a piece of surgery that's super fucking delicate, okay, and they're like doing like a brain surgery or something like that, or they're on your spinal cord or something, and they have to make a fucking perfect fucking slice, very delicate, right into you. They go get the fucking acid edged fucking laser sharpened scalpel. No, they go and get a fucking piece of obsidian. A fucking piece of obsidian that's fucking sharper than the sharpest scalpel that's ever been made. I'm talking 10 times sharper than any acid edged fucking laser fucking sharpened scalpel you could think of. They surgeons today will use obsidian. They'll use a little fucking piece of obsidian. It'll cut right through it perfectly, dude. You know, this is fucking amazing. That we're still using shit from like fucking back then. This shit that they used, they're like, well, we haven't found anything better. That was the best. You know, I know you were kidding, Spencer. I know. Yeah, black glass is fucking beautiful. Yeah, it is. You know, incredibly fucking dangerous. Dude, so fucking sharp, dude. That's just so fucking cool, man. You know, I dig that they still fucking, you know, I mean, it's amazing, just like what like the Peruvians could do with trepanation. You know, for some reason, like every one of the paracas, all of them had marks of trepanation or tree panning, which is cutting a hole in your head. I don't know why they all felt this was necessary, but like 80% of all the skulls they find in Paraca have, you know, signs of trepanation, right? And like something like 95 or like 90% of all the fucking people who have it like survived. Their fucking survival rate was way beyond ours. Like they knew how to cut a hole in your head and make you live. You know, like it's fucking great because all the ones that they find, all of them had fucking, you know, new growth on them. You know, it was rare to find a skull that had trepanation marks where they were just clean cuts. Because as soon as they cut, right at a second after they're done being cut, they start growing. You know, so unless if you die, then they obviously stop. You just have the clean cuts there. But most of them show that they would regrow, and so you'd see that and know that this person survived. So these guys were fucking good at it. You know, why they cut holes in their head, I don't fucking know, but it was fascinating how good they could do it. Love your stuff. Thank you. Good. I'm awesome. Glad you came. Oh, my spaghetti. I like that name. You know, you should have been oh spaghetti. That's what you should have. You should have called it oh spaghetti. Yes, I'd have a hole in mine if it worked on my cluster headaches. See, that's one thing, and they probably had. I mean, people probably had severe migraines or something like that. Well, you know, they all had elongated skulls. Their skulls were like this motherfucker. They were like cone heads, you know, like fucking huge. And which is weird because they're like, well, you know, they believe that they did it through cranial binding, but they're not really sure because the Paracas skulls don't actually show like the sutures that normal people would have. They don't have those, and you know, their shape is real different from like when we see like headbanging and fucking, or when they put the boards on them and flatten heads and shit like that, you know. So there's like a real different look, and these guys didn't seem to have it. They have like their own, so they don't really know exactly how they did it, but you know, they just had giant fucking skulls, and so it's like, well, maybe because of, you know, having these giant skulls that it was necessary to, you know, have a hole in your head in order to, you know, release some of those gases, so you're not having crazy headaches, you know. I mean, imagine that though. You know, if you went and once you got tree panned, that's the last time you ever deal with a headache. You will never have another headache for the rest of your life. I mean, how fucking awesome would that be? And so for all those people back then, you know, they probably got major ones, and they're like, oh man, and then they're like, let's go get a fucking hole in my head. Oh yeah, dude. These guys, there's some guys who'd have fucking like 3 or 4 of them. They just get a bunch of them, dude. And you know, so all that fucking the brain can expand and all the gases expand, and you never have a headache anyway. I heard you're supposed to feel like it makes you feel like a kid again. You know, like how you feel in the world when you're like 12 or 13 or something like that. Um, but you still have all the intelligence as an adult, but you feel like a kid. You know, so I don't know. You know, Neuralink's cool, dude. I can't wait to fucking. I'm ready to plug in. I'm down with Neuralink. That's gonna be cool. You know. Uh, oh, I couldn't wait to become a fucking robot. I couldn't fucking wait to be fucking. I want to make myself a fucking machine. Like, you know, I would plug my fucking soul and brain right into a computer. I couldn't wait for it, dude. Yeah, by the way, Russian war has helped them bury the Pfizer data that's been made public. I finally caught the Kung Flu and on day 6 of bed rest. Oh, Jesus, man. I'm sorry, dude. That's terrible. I gotta hope you feel better. Yeah, unless I don't smoke, and then I get super serious. Yeah, right. That's what's great about fucking food. You have a bad fucking headache, you smoke a good joint. It's like you still have the headache, but you don't pay attention to it anymore. You forget about it until it goes away. I'll tell you the best fucking trick for getting rid of a headache is eating like 2 spoonsful of sugar. I don't know why I heard a fucking doctor say this one time, dude. I tried it and it fucking worked. I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, and I'm talking like instantly. I had a killer fucking headache, couple fucking spoonfuls of sugar, dude, and that shit fucking goes right away. You show or something? That's my go-to shit now. Fucking big bottle of crack. Pfizer data was released yesterday. I wanted to invest in Pfizer in early 2000s, man. Because I thought I was like, you know what, everyone's going to be on dope. I should get in on it now and buy some stock. I bet you they're going to be worth a lot of money. And I was fucking right, and I should have fucking. I wanted to so bad. You know what's funny? At the same fucking time that I'm talking to my fucking ex brother-in-law at the time. We were talking about buying some stock or whatever. And he's like, I was like, you know what? I think in the future a lot of people are going to be on medications and shit like that. Everyone's going to be on fucking Xanax or fucking Valium or fucking antidepressants and shit like that. And I'm like, it'd be good to invest in one of these companies. So I was like, either Pfizer or Eli Lilly or whatever. And he's like, you know what? We should invest in. There's a search engine called Google. And he's like, I think it'll be big, dude. And if I could, I think it'd be smart to fucking try to buy some of it. And I was like, Google? I was like, who are they like? Who are they up against? Oh, he's like, it's kind of like Yahoo. I was like, nah, see, I don't see it happening. Yahoo's too big, you know. And I'm like, I don't see how Google's going to take over. But I'm like, but I like it because it seems like they're going to be able to search a lot more stuff because their name is Google. So it's like, how are you going to beat? That's a big number, you know. So I'm like, that. I mean, it seems to make sense. And we were thinking about it. And we're like, maybe we should do it for something else. We're this close to buying stock in fucking Google, like in like 2000 and fucking 4 or something, like something crazy like that, dude. You know, like we were going to buy, or like 2002 or something. I forget. Like I'm talking like Google had just came out, and fucking my boy Dave was telling me about it. He's like, well, we should buy stock in this. And it's fucking, I'm like, man, just think about it. If we would have done that, you know, it's too much for me, gives me anxiety. Yeah, I don't trust, cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's just too fucking, it's too much, uh, I just don't fucking trust it because it's not something I can fucking grab, you know? Um, I mean, it's like, good thing now might be fucking, NFTs, or other blockchains or whatever. I think about that too. But I don't understand it because I'm like looking at some of these things. I'm like, really, somebody's paying that much for this, for this fucking drawing? What the fuck is that? Fucking duck. you know? Yeah, they're too volatile, right? Um, now search is shit. That's all I use is fucking Google to search. I just Google everything, dude. I love Google. I'm a fucking, I swing off fucking Google nuts, dude. If I was any harder on Google balls, I'd be a pubic hair. um, but yeah, all right, guys. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here. Thank you guys for coming and joining me for the live stream and come say what's up. And I will be posting a video soon. I've got a compilation of all my funny skits and all that stuff, dude, coming out. But it got real fucking long, but it's all funny shit. And it's all great skits. Like some of my best characters and shit. Fucking, you know, Carl Sagan and Freddie Mercury and Richard Sellout, and just I got Steve Dundee, and just like I got all the best characters in there. It's so it's kind of long, but everyone's in there. It's all funny, great skits. Um, Hopefully, I'll get that up today, but we'll see. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, UFO proof out. All right, later, you guys.